passing this year. It's the Eagles and the Panthers, and it's coming up next.
Once called Carolina's Stadium, it now goes by Bank of America Stadium. Or more simply, the Vault, as we're here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And just like that, the season has reached October. Joined by Brock Hewitt up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, I don't know about you, but I always feel like the smells start to change in October. It just really starts to smell like fall, smell like football, second month of the regular season. And these next few games take on a greater importance moving forward.
Gosh, I wish I had a sense of smell. Mine is so bad, but I love what you're cooking right there. And I love this stretch of games because it makes a lot of teams contenders and a bunch of the other sellers as the trade deadline arrives here at the end of the month. You're going a hot streak heading into Halloween, and things will be looking great. But flounder this month, and you may end up seeing some of your buddies shipped off and playing elsewhere. Jake
Elliott is out ready to kick this one away. And off we go from Bank of America Stadium. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They send a tight end in motion. First play, and Young's going to pass. He's got Quentin Johnson complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. And some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Second and 6 coming up here.
Here we go.
Hubbard again. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go. Young working from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
While we all love to talk about the quarterback, he really wasn't at the forefront of their win last week, Kate. Kind of took a step back and let some of his teammates shine. Yeah, he made a good mark with a touchdown pass, a bad mark with an interception. Welcome to life in the NFL as a quarterback. You know he wants to make a little more noise, elevate everybody else a little better than he did a week ago.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Now a pause to attend to an injured player, and this is a worrying sight. It is Saquon Barkley who is hurt on the play. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 27. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down, a run with Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you'll really break the backs of the defense.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Brought in right side. Jukes out a one-stop. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. From the 28. Buying some time right. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Silver. Hey, easy, 63, back.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Taking a deep shot here. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game, we will all judge together. But no doubt about it, on that opening drive, Brock, he was the star. Bunch of catches and a touchdown to begin this one.
Yeah, I think this is twofold. Number 1, you love to get this guy started early. He's a playmaker. He's a difference maker. Number 2, this defense, well, they better be on high alert because this offense feels like they have a matchup they can attack, and that time attack a 3rd time for 6.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Carolina offense out and ready to go for their 2nd drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Young on 1st and 10. It's caught. This is Gabe Davis. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge... and a first down. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs. We're ready to go with the 2nd quarter. It's Panthers football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Young. Completed here to Johnston. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the 46. That throw finds Johnston. It's a gain of 29 yards. Give the Panthers a first down.
That's good for a Carolina Panther. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Sticking to the air, it's Young. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Back to the line they go. It's second down.
Let's go now.
Shotgun snap now to Young. He's on the move. He's keeping it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
On third down, it's Young. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Riley Patterson ready for the field goal try. It's from the left hash, 33 yards. Koo able to put it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Eagles about set to get going for their second drive. They've ripped off 4 straight wins, and if this lead holds, that's going to be 5 before we know it. On first down, Hurts. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First down throwing for Hurts. Hits him on the out route. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First look of the game, and that makes it third down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
On third down, it's Hurts. He has the first over the middle, and he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Hurts throwing again. Flushed out of the pocket. No one open, so he chucks this to another county. Couldn't don't connect on first. It's second down. Hurts now from the gun. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Third and long for him here. That's caught for the first. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
To the line we go. They're set, first and 10. He'll throw it yet again. Throwing the out route complete. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Throwing it again here. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Trying to work quickly now. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got second down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really...
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. We're all watching that sideline here, seeing where those feet came down.
And no matter what they rule here, Kate, that was an outstanding effort just to make the catch.
Yeah.
Now we got to look and see, did he get both feet in with possession?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
They sent it out to New York just to be safe, and the folks there saw enough to change that call. Hurts looking to throw. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he's brought down for a loss. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They've held them out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Hurts. Has it in close. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The Panthers headed out on offense again just before halftime. They'll have to be quick about anything they want to do here. We're just moments away from halftime. To the air on first down. Young connects with Mechie. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's Young on first and 10. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. One last play before the break. One final shot before halftime. Trying for the deep ball. Full extension, and he brings it in. So as we reach halftime, we see the visiting Eagles taking a lead into the break. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin just outside Washington at Commanders Field in Landover. And it's the Rams who are out in front as those teams approach halftime. The Rams trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And that one's gone to the half with the visiting Bears on top. Nick Chubb, a touchdown run in that first half. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And in that one is the visiting Giants who have the lead. Ray Davis with a touchdown run. With that, the two squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Ewer. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Ewer.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. Starting from the 5. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce in your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
63.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. Forced out to his right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
Buys time, rolling right. Brought in right side. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. This is the type of performance a former quarterback just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow, and he is dicing them.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he'll be met near the lines, limit the gain to a yard. Quiddy Pay there to take him down. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. They send a man in motion. Here we go, 2nd and 9. He's got Smith. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Hurts to throw. Chased out to his right. He's got it over the middle. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. They give to Barkley, left side. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Brought down by Rasul Douglas. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Now Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They're going to run with Barkley. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So with that play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. It's 2nd and goal. Hurts setting up to throw. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles grow the lead coming out of halftime. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles lead by 15 now. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Carolina offense headed out now. And what's really been simply stunning, Brock, is how far we've made it into the game, and their passing game, it is still grounded.
Yeah, so as they're sitting here losing right now, what I hear you saying, Kate, is it's time for this offense to take flight.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Ready? Hop. Hop, hop.
Young working from the gun. Davis makes the play along the sideline. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Go! Roll, roll, roll!
Trying to get outside with Hubbard. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Takes it in at the 21. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed up.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. This one... Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Great. Yeti.
Another try following the sack. Complete out to the right.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Escapes out to the left. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Hurts throwing again. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up to the 44. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
And an Eagles 1st down.
Hey, Silver.
Hurts now from the gun. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Brought in inside the 20. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles have likely locked up the win right there. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles grow the lead now to 22 points.
Panthers 6. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Carolina about set to go once again offensively. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They send him left out of the slot. Young on 1st and 10. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Eagles get to it! Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. With touchdowns on their last 2 drives, Brock, they're playing some of their best offense here. Could they try for 3 in a row despite the lead? Let's find out. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Great, set. Delta.
Throwing now, following the turnover. Wow, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it off. Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity that looks in that close, particularly as we get through the second half. But once you have to finish with points.
Working quickly here.
4 yards on the pickup.
Throwing from near his own goal line. And he won't find an escape. They converge and drop him for the safety. Some early down aggressiveness in the shadow of their own end zone there, Brock. And unfortunately, it costs them. They're going to have to punt it away following the safety.
Well, you know me. I don't ever mind aggressiveness. I think it empowers your quarterback, empowers that offensive huddle. But you also got to know as a quarterback, if you call a pass play, you got to do your job. And doing your job means avoiding a safety in that circumstance.
Fields this at the 19. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. The Eagles are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. On the move, headed right. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
He goes back to him yet again, complete. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Hey, easy, 63, pass. Delta.
They are throwing it again. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it up. And the Panthers get the football as he makes his third interception of this season. All right, that's now his second interception thrown in this game. Obviously not a stat you want, but he does have those 4 touchdowns to fall back on.
And that pick, well, makes it a little bit better performance for this defense, right? I mean, you get burned 4 times, but at least you got a couple to hang your hat on that you did take away. I'm not sure that fact is going to save them from what's going to be a really rough film session, though.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention.
On the set.
All right, here we go. Second down. Trying again, following the sack. That one's complete, right side. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Panthers hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done?
Let's go.
Shotguns caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. But I believe someone on the Panthers made it to the loose football first. They're hanging on to it. Well, they scrambled back on top of the fumble. They lose a ton, though, and now they've got 4th down coming up.
Yeah, recovering it really only brought you one more play. With how much they lost on that play, well, here come the special teams. And now, well, now they got to be special.
And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Alpha. Delta.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Cut out left. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on the route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Wow, they're going to pass it here. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Bails out of the pocket quick. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Now, they don't need points anymore, Brock, but can they resist piling on? Let's see. It's 1st and goal. And they're not stopping the destruction, partner. That is caught. Touchdown. The Eagles continue piling it on here in the 4th. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles continue piling on to this lead.
Panthers 6. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And this one will not make it to the landing zone. So the same as it going out of bounds now. This is going to come out to the 40-yard line. Excellent field position for him here after the kickoff lands short. All right, this is going to be the final play of the game.
Here we go, set. Check go.
One final shot here. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
All right, one more snap to play here.
Set it.
A second down throw for Young. And there's our last stand image of this game. It's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. And it's not quite a full game shutout, Brock, but keeping that other side off the board in the second half, that sure went a long way towards securing them this win. Made things a lot easier for everyone else to operate in the closing stages of the game.